I need you to understand how painful it is to be reminded every day that your race means nothing. And that isn't the case anymore. That is never the case anymore. We are going to try today. We are a physical representation of our support for George Floyd.
Bang on them. Bang on them. Bang on them.
We are a physical representation on our support for Sandra Bland.
Bang on them.
We are a physical representation on our support for Trayvon Martin. We are a physical representation of our support for Stephen Lawrence. For Mark Duggan. Black men, we need to take care of our black women. We need to take care of them. They are ours. They are our hearts. They are our future. We cannot demonize our own.
Amen.
We are the pillars of the family. Yes. Imagine this. A nation that is set up with individual families that are thriving, that are healthy, that communicate, that raise their children in love, have a better rate of becoming better human beings. Black lives have always mattered. We have always been important. We have always meant something. We have always succeeded. And now is the time. I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting.
We gotta tell the truth and stop lying. All of these white voices oversee my black voice any day. So until the moment comes where we can talk to your parents and your parents know that black lives do matter, until that comes a factor in the white Kaiser household, change will not come. Let me tell y'all, and I don't mean no disrespect, we love all you all for coming out and standing and being a part of it. But guess what? In the morning, we still wake up black, and we still wake up with a police that's sitting on our neck. This cannot be a one-time thing. We cannot continue to allow the people to oppress African-American community. They don't invest in us. They don't show us the resources. You are convincing, not me. I can't talk to your parents. I can't talk to your grandparents. At some point, you got to be the voice for the black people in your household. And it has to start today. It was 9 minutes. That officer set his knee on George's neck. You think they gave a 3 officers and still walking the street? Still walking today. It's time for us to put aside all of these things that's going on and to love on each other and to show each other, I won't let you fall and don't let me fall. As long as I got you, you got me. And we got to stand by that. We got to stand by that. Put your fist in the air for George. Put your fist in the air for LaQuan Shadow. Put your fist in the air for African American people all across this world. I want you to know that I love each and every one of you. And I thank you for taking the time out of your day. You didn't have to. You didn't have to stand for us. I love you, my people. And we going to continue to take what's ours.
Welcome to episode 17 of the Almanac Podcast. I'm here, Alex, and I'm here with my boy, Eddy.
Yo, yo.
Don't forget.
Don't forget, right?
We still here. Oh, shit, man.
Right.
It's been a while.
Overdue. Long overdue.
For sure. People hitting me up. Left and right.
Left and
When's
right.
the podcast
Up
coming?
and down, right? Back and forth. People hitting me. Yo, my man was in a mosh pit over this podcast. You don't know what we've been through.
I lost my voice. Oh, shit. It's been a rocky little road, but we're getting there. But yeah, shit's been kind of crazy the past couple weeks.
I would definitely say though that anybody who lives, I'm not, right now I was just about to say America, but like it goes beyond that. You know, we got like even people out in other countries. Like we got Yemen going crazy. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like everybody's struggle is just as important as ours, but like right now, like we're going through it ourselves.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's actually kind of crazy how the overwhelming support that the movement is kind of getting at the moment. First time all 50 states protest for the same cause. First time in history that's ever happened.
Yeah.
So that's something to be very proud of.
I'm just happy in general. Like the whole Black Lives Matter movement has been a thing way before 2020,
Of course.
and just to see like it blossom as much as it did this year, as opposed to the other years,
Under like terrible circumstances, but yeah,
of course, exactly. Like it's overdue, just like this episode was.
right.
Feel me?
Sure.
Like no shade though. That wasn't a shade. That was just like a general like real rap. Like shit is overdue. Having a lot of what I've heard is from like an older. I'm not gonna say crowd, but population, like people who I know who are old, like older, have just told me like, I've lived this long,
and it's still happening.
and it's like, you feel me? Like I got through it when it was the worst, like when it was worse than what it is now,
Right.
But like the fact that it's still going,
Right.
like that's what's like, we're fed up, it's like we're done. It's like
Yeah.
it's
while,
not
while,
even.
while I was out there protesting locally, I did see like an elderly woman come by. I think her sign said something along the lines of, "This isn't my first time doing this," and she looked like she was like in her 70s or 80s. Like she was a very elderly woman, and she still came through. Still protesting to this day, like on like the last years of her life, kind of shit, which is wild. But it's definitely been happening for way too long.
I'm glad that Lancaster definitely showed out like it did. Bro, it's definitely something to be proud of, even on your end. Going out of your way and really like.
Yeah, Lancaster's never been
I feel like
shy when it comes to protesting.
Absolutely. Even with like when Puerto Rico was going through the whole earthquake and corrupt government corruption,
Right.
Like we showed.
Even Occupy Wall Street, I remember that as a kid. What was it, like a young teenager? I think it actually protesting at the same location, right outside of the police station, where that little yard is, that lawn.
What was that?
It was, I don't necessarily remember the year. It was probably when I was like in middle school.
For real?
Yeah, it was so long ago.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was.
Yeah, Lancaster's not shy of protesting. That's kind of why I felt comfortable doing
what you were doing.
Yeah, I was like, I grew up in this city, and in my youth, I've seen people. I mean,
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to just go out there and just fight for anything, honestly, that you believe in.
I understand.
But yeah, so first time in history, all 50 states are standing up and protesting for the same movement, which is going down in history for sure. I feel like a lot of things are going down in history in 2020. It's been a fucking crazy year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Insane.
The history book is really.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was like, I can't wait to see what my kids will be studying, because I don't plan on having kids for a while. But you know what I mean? Like, they're going to be studying a whole different history
than what we had to.
Yeah, we got the whitewashed
history
American
of things.
history. Yeah,
I do agree with.
I'm kind of jealous. Because I feel like they're going to change all the
history books.
Yeah, they're going to change everything.
Yeah, the craziest thing about like this year is like, to me is like, this is the year of exposure.
Yeah,
like everything's being exposed.
Yeah, everyone's getting pointed out.
Like all of our heroes, like you'll find out if my man stole from a candy store. Like you're gonna find out, like when he was 7 years old, he stole a lollipop. Like
yeah, I think we can.
And then like everybody's just gonna start judging there. I mean, like it's more like crazy just finding out like there's this like with the whole like sex pedophile like. Sex trafficking thing.
Oh yeah.
Like that just putting out mad people. Like you got like Donald Trump.
What was the guy from Hyde, or what was his name? Hyde from the 70s show.
Yeah,
just got exposed for
like 3 accounts of rape.
And so did what was the one? He played an actual pedophile in the one show, and I think like recently
he played a pedophile.
Yeah, he's a comedian. I think his name's Chris
D'Elia.
Yes, yeah. He
played the pedophile in You.
Yeah,
that was for real. Like his character was pretty spot on.
Yeah. Given the current circumstances, I think he's being accused on 3 accounts currently. So that the exposure thing is very accurate. This year, I'm not saying it's happening. People are getting exposed left and right for sure.
I hope that's not really the case, but like you never know.
You never want to. hope.
I mean,
but you can't take a story and brush it under the table anymore.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean. You have to. You can't. Not this day and age, and not with everything that's going on.
But like, it's just like even like with this year, like I mean, we talked about on another episode, like when Kobe Bryant died, like mad people were just bringing up like his rape afterwards.
Right,
like his rape case,
right?
Like the whole thing that got dismissed. Like it was like the comments were going crazy.
It was people trying to take away from his legacy by bringing up one of the worst things.
Stains, yeah, like the worst thing that he's done.
Yeah, but you won't acknowledge
like all the other good shit,
all of the good shit, like the rest of his life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about maybe a little bit of the Black Lives Matter movement. Very recently, actually, the past Friday, Juneteenth. This is my first year, honestly, ever even hearing about it. Is this your first time being exposed to Juneteenth?
It's my like this.
Did you get like educated?
I went to well, I remember like my first time actually finding out about when I watched Atlanta.
Oh right.
The Donald Glover show,
of course.
Like which I thought, but like after I knew about it, I realized like the reason I didn't know about it was because nobody that I celebrated it.
Right.
But like this weekend, I actually went to a Juneteenth cookout. And it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good time. Like it was like because it wasn't just like black people or like minorities. Like it was everybody. Like for me, like we had like all different races just united, chilling, just talking, and like being social. And it was that was dope. It was dope. You know, just to embrace that.
Yeah, I decided to like educate myself a little bit because I actually didn't even know anything as to why they picked the 19th of June to celebrate it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good to educate myself a little bit on, you know, the last people that were not aware of that they were actually able to be freed, to actually be freed on June 19th. So yeah, it's definitely, I feel like things are coming in full circle the more I learn. And it's like, I feel like with our education that we came up with, it was very whitewashed and one-sided.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's very nice, but it's a lot better for the people to be more informed and to hear from both sides.
To compare
and just to kind of like, you know, just to know in general.
There's a lot of like when you say whitewash, like it's funny, like because the first thing I think of when I say whitewash is
Christopher Columbus.
I was gonna say Jesus Christ.
Oh. 100%.
Like so many, like the Bible just describes Jesus and people are like, nah, that boy was white. like the angels are white. Like in every like religious, it's white.
Right.
And and what brought that to my attention also was Muhammad Ali. He did a speech. He didn't. I wouldn't say a speech, but I just remember him being on a show. It was an old clip of him talking about that with like where he spoke to his mom about like why everybody was white and like growing up. And I thought it was funny because like I said, we're going back to the whole exposure, like everything's being exposed about Beethoven, about that.
Is that real?
I think it might be because after I Googled it myself and all of a sudden more and more pictures started to flood like
oh really
of him actually being like that.
So I guess give us a little more information then
on the Beethoven thing.
Yeah. So like what?
I mean, as far as I know, they're saying that the way he was described was the features of a colored person, but like people don't want to claim that. Like, feel me? It's it's kind of almost like I know you're not like crazy on sports, but like you know the NBA fairly well. You know the player Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak.
Right,
he's black.
Yes.
But we're calling him the Greek freak just because he's from Greece.
Right.
It's like Beethoven, like he was probably black, but Bo was from Austria, so he's Austrian.
Yeah. I think I try to do my own little research on it, but
did you find anything?
I just didn't necessarily like. I don't know. I didn't really not care, but I was just like, I don't know. I'm very wary now about all the information I intake, so I'm like very selective on what I want to research and what I take in as like, oh, this is like a light joke, but I don't know. I feel like it's hard to decide that now as you're growing up and you have access to all this information. And but the only thing I saw was
it's almost like flat Earth theory. I'm waiting on that one.
No, we're not. We're never gonna talk about that.
I swear they revealed that this year. I'm never gonna let nobody live it down. I'm like, I didn't say I believed it, but I said it was a possibility. And y'all shunned me for it.
I'll never let you live that one up. Shit, what else? Oh, so all I saw was that he was like a fair-skinned like black guy, and he wore powder in his face so that he can acclimate himself with society. So it was funny seeing those memes though.
Isn't that coincidental? I mean, like isn't it like a coincidence?
What?
Like about the whole how he powdered his face? Like the same way like people come for like Kylie Jenner and all them. It's like how the roles have switched.
Yeah.
Like now it's like I'm trying to be a white man.
And then back then, or
now it's like we're looking for
like your foundation's a little too bronze for the rest of your neck. You ever see those pictures of chicks that have like crazy makeup and then
the neck don't match?
Well, not the neck. They'll literally have their hand in the picture.
You look a dick. 2 different colors. You look like dickhead.
And like your hand is in the picture now, but your face is like crazy bronze, and your hands
actually
like
that
pretty
was
much
my friend.
transparent. Huh?
I happened to a friend of mine. We took a road trip to King of Prussia, and she had set up an appointment at like the Mac store, and it was my first time at King of Prussia.
Okay.
And I was just like, well, I'm gonna go explore. You do you. So I ditched her and just walked around the mall just to see what did a little window shopping and shit. And then when I came back to meet her, they bronzed the fuck out of her face, but her neck was like she was
pale.
She had a pale like Asian complexion. Feel me, like a paler Asian complexion.
Yeah.
And so like the bronze like literally just poked out, like so she had to like grab some just to like fill in the rest of her. She like blended it into her neck so it didn't look as bad.
Damn.
But I would have been mad.
Mad of if someone bronzed your face or put powder in your face.
If they got the complexion raw, like
you
feel me, like
it's so hard to get. Especially when everyone has like such a like.
It's like being in a shitty barber chair. Like you're gonna be mad if he fucks you up.
Yeah, that's very true. Did you want to talk about defunding the police a little bit?
I saw a couple cities have already done that. Like have taken, I think.
Oh, really?
Like 30. I don't quote me. I don't know if it was like 30M or 30,000, but either way, it's the numbers are starting to get hit. And like a lot of the money, like it's usually like the mayors or whatever, just taking the funding, and now a lot of them are like just saying like, yo, we're gonna take this money and we're gonna put it back into like refurnishing, like black communities. Like because there's a lot of cities like Camden, like North Philly, where it's just like a bunch of Wilmington, Delaware, like where it's just like a bunch of condemned buildings that like could really just use the love and they'd be suitable homes.
Yeah,
because I mean like we have a homeless problem, like
yeah, just kind of reallocate that money towards housing for people that can't make it, or even like transition. I always think that's always a interesting concept that I'm kind of scared if they bring to the United States, but how addicts reacclimate themselves in society. They have these clinics where they go in and they'll actually give you, like, let's say if you're addicted to heroin, they'll give you heroin and give you less and less and less until you are fine and you don't depend on the drug itself anymore. Like funding like that to go into a clinic like that to be able to give you a home or a place to stay until you kind of like get back into society is like a concept I kind of want to happen here. That'd be nice to see, like, if the money got like switched,
cleaning up drug addicts,
just clean up the streets a little bit. It's not give everyone a place to go.
I'm okay. I understand. Well, I mean, what do you feel like about like with missions? I mean, that's kind of like what a mission is. I never. They don't go through. Like, I know we have a mission here, but I never understood how it works.
Well, I don't. I personally don't know how it works either. But I mean, it'd be nice to talk to someone about it. But I don't think they go to the certain extent of cleaning the person themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're not going through and
like watching them.
Yeah, they're
like
not
a brother,
they're not,
like
they're
a brother
not
sister program.
bringing in like they're not monitoring their intake of like drugs or what they're doing outside of that mission
It's
whatsoever.
like almost like a.
But that's also like be aware. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm just going off of assumptions as to what happened there. But so what kind of defunding have you been seeing in other cities?
They're literally just taking the money from the police department
And reallocating it?
Yeah, the mayor's just like, yo, we're not good. Like until we see shit changing, like you're not getting this money because like what are we paying y'all for at this point? And like that's what like a lot of that's what the realization is. Like we're like people are like, yo, we pay you to protect us, and
You're not protecting
You're
us.
not doing that. You're not like. This is more just like of a check. You know, you guys are just doing. It's more of a gang, if anything. Like you guys are doing what you want, and like you guys protect your own.
Yeah.
Which you should, because like I understand, like you're. But when it comes to the purpose of like being a policeman, like you are supposed to watch over yourself because fellow officers also another life.
Right.
But you know, you're like at the end of the day, you guys are supposed to be like the right. Like, feel me? Like you're supposed to like stand for justice, like the right. Like you're doing wrong, but you're supposed to be standing for right.
You're most definitely just not supposed to be killing people. Is the number one thing, you know. Like they're supposed to detain you if you break a law, or if they witness you break a law, and then the judge has the power then, and judge uses witnesses from the situation, and you get put through that system like that. But to just be given the power to off you or just take your life is insane.
Yeah, I mean, especially like to justify
even for protection. You know, like while during the protests, I mean, I've never seen that many cops downtown, and they were bringing in cops from other townships that weren't protesting because it's Lancaster County. They're not protesting nowhere else other than the city. And I saw a lot of different township police officers come through, and you know they had their shields, they had pepper spray cans waiting, and you know I was like screaming in their face. I'm like you don't see us with anything here but this sign. Like,
what are y'all? Yeah, like what are you guys ready for?
Yeah, what are you doing? What do you like? You're the only one instigating anything here by bringing stuff to the situation to make it look like you're defending what, like a square of block. Like it doesn't make any sense.
So like that's like. Yeah, like I thought it was gross. I remember you going on live while you were protesting, and I saw the clips of like you guys like pouring milk on people who just got pepper sprayed. It's like what are they getting pepper sprayed for? Like I understand there's an invasion of personal space, but like
no, I saw what was it?
Was there like actual acts of like violence?
No, there really wasn't. So I believe. From what I remember, there's one female that got arrested, and she actually was not doing anything. She was just standing there, and I guess she wouldn't respond to the officer's orders where to back up into the sidewalks. They had the mayor's permission to protest on that block, so it was just kind of like, I don't know, whoever was in charge was just trying to like make shit happen, and you know, kind of just stand up for everything. And she got arrested, and then I think someone started throwing something at a cop, but it's hard to say who. They didn't pepper spray at that moment, but I think too many people got close to them, and at that point, they started pepper spraying everyone, which kind of sucked. I got a little bit of that on my face. I've never been pepper sprayed.
I was gonna say, how'd that feel? I never got pepper sprayed either. How'd that feel? Like I mean, I imagine it's just like a crazy burning sensation.
Yeah, it just burns. I got it a little bit in my mouth, in my left eye. But
the eye was probably the worst.
Yeah, I should have taken care of it a little sooner than I did because I just kept protesting. After everyone got sprayed down and everyone's like leaving, cops are trying to like hold their ground. There was a group of kids, or not kids. I still see people as like anyone younger than me as a kid. But like I'm a lot older.
You know where you were at that
right
point, so it's like that's why
I'm like an older teen essentially. I mean, you're not a kid.
I understand.
But so like there's a group of them. They had their fists in the air and they had their eyes shut and they were just like praying to like God basically.
Yeah.
And they're just like stay strong. Don't like everyone's freaking out right now, but they wouldn't move. So I mean at that point I just took my phone, turned that shit off, and went in there and joined them too, because I mean, at the end of the day, they're not going to do anything to people with fists in the air. They're not doing shit.
I mean, well, you'd be surprised.
And they did move them. They moved them, eventually. But then it was just kind of weird instigating anything. Like, the protesters there weren't instigating anything.
Yeah.
And the cops, they are already pepper sprayed us twice. And we didn't instigate violence or anything like that. If anything, the only thing I was trying to, kind of ask them to do was march with us.
Yeah.
Just to show the world that, like, hey, like, we are on the same side. This is Lancaster City. Like, we're not about that racism shit.
Yeah.
So just march with us and prove to us, the people that you're with, that, you're not against what we're fighting for. But them standing there for so long and being so aggressive towards the crowd was just like sending off the wrong message.
Yeah.
So I spent the majority of my time just trying to convince the cops how stupid they look right now. I'm like, you need to get the fuck out of here and just march with us and, be your own man. I was calling a lot of cops out for not... because like
thinking for themselves.
Yeah, they're not thinking for themselves. They're too worried about cashing in that check. Like,
exactly.
Like, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like, they're waiting for that check to come in. And they work for basically a company, the police department.
You have to look at it like this. Like, I'm not like, when you're in the police department, like, when you're a cop, you are protected. You're protected by the government.
The thing is, like,
because
you are protected in a sense, right? And what a lot of people understand, you're protected by other cops, right? But the thing is, are you protected by other cops if you decide to, let's say a police officer in that situation broke formation and started marching with us? What would happen to that cop behind the scenes?
Jump, fired,
anything, some wild shit, And we wouldn't have known because you all go into one building and we don't know what happens there.
Somebody probably would have set him up.
Right.
Had him like, oh, he's a dirty cop. Reality.
Well, I had a couple cops looking at me like, they're like, hey man, we're with you, man. Like, they're basically like, I'm only here, standing here because
it's my job.
It's my job, and I have to do what my boss is telling me to do. Is stand here.
It's a military concept. I understand.
Yeah, so I was like, saying some bullshit to certain cops that were it was very obvious in their facial expressions when I was protesting to their face that they weren't in agreement. So those are the cops I was hitting the hardest.
I'm glad they. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there is cops who are with the movement.
A couple days later, they started marching.
Yeah, you even see it. I remember,
like, not to leave that whole story on a bad note, but like, yeah, a couple days later, the people got in contact with how to get the police department to actually march with the movement and show that we are united here and we're not as divided as the country seems.
Yeah,
right
I saw pictures of the chief of police of Lancaster, like, with the crowd and talking, and I'm like, I thought that was cool. I had posted I remember posting on my story. Just it was a post that I forgot what page posted it, but it was just saying, like, stop promoting those pictures with the cops. And their reasoning was because it's creating like a propaganda, like an image of that, like, all they got to do is just show that they're with us, whereas like where we need
like the one time.
Yeah, like
I see what they mean. Like, you're showing the one time that they're with us because they have no choice. And in comparison to every other second of our lives and this movement, like, you're not showing face then.
Yeah, exactly. Like, reality is, like, what the point of the message was more so like, yeah, it's like it's cool that they're showing the support, quote unquote, but like what we want is for them to be accountable.
Yeah,
like, hold accountability, because I'm glad, like, the protest that we had in our city was peaceful for the most part.
It was weird because the only reason I really showed up for the protest because I saw the cops in the formation that they were in, and being very defensive, and it didn't make any sense. So
wait, you didn't intentionally go? Like, were you just like walking?
Well, I was there the day before, later in the evening. I think I was doing something during the day. I didn't even know it was happening, honestly. But then they talked about meeting up the next day, so I showed up in the morning a little bit. Not a big crowd at all. Like, couldn't about like 20 people. They had signs up. So I was just kind of there protesting for about 2 to 3 hours, and then decided to go home for a little bit.
Okay.
Eat some food and take my dog out. And yeah, like someone sends me a live video and there's like 200-300 people downtown, and the cops are like starting this formation to like protect the police station. And it was just at that moment I was like, oh shit's gonna real. I should probably get down there and kind of like put in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. I'm a 25-year-old like Hispanic, well maintained like body. Like I'm not like the smallest dude out there. Like I don't think like people they see me and they probably feel like they can stand behind me, which a decent amount of people did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of
as a strong figure, all right, he's a big guy.
Use me like
as a like if it builds your confidence to know that you're like, yo, I'm gonna back you up. Like,
exactly. Like I'm like it's more important to just show up and show people that you're on their side.
I understand.
So
I understand.
And then shit got a little too real, and then I actually started like screaming and protesting. But other than that, it was. I mean, I don't know. It was just the one day that I'm aware of that the cops were doing that, and then
like the pepper spraying and shit.
Yeah, it was weird. But, I was like, you didn't show up the day before. There were way more people, and then the next day you guys show up. So that's the only thing that like had me concerned. I was like, not in this city.
Yeah,
like not here. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I was surprised with the pepper spraying in general, but it was just like in other cities, like there was like kids getting pepper sprayed, and like I said, I'm glad it was peaceful because like in a lot of other cities, there was just people getting like shot, gassed, like hit with rubber bullets, and like the pictures aren't pretty. Like if the media took the time out to show the pictures of like the people that got hit by a cop with a rubber bullet, I saw a girl get hit in the forehead. It looked like her head got split open.
I mean, not too far away from here, Philadelphia. Was fucking insane. From the people I talked to, they're saying, or if they're, I'm not 100% sure if they are still protesting out there. I'm sure they are, but it's not as aggressive as it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they were saying that, I mean, I was on their lives. I was, on their feeds trying to see what was happening, updating myself.
Yeah.
And shit got pretty real over there. So I'm grateful that, it
wasn't like...
It's not like that here, because we're not that type of a city that, the people that already here, that live here, don't deal... Well, we don't tolerate like that type of racism at all.
Yeah.
Especially from this city.
Yeah.
Maybe on the outskirts in the county, but not here.
I mean, I just think like people like have to realize like we're like PA. Like we weren't even like, not saying we weren't racist, but like Civil War times, like we were the ones that were fighting for like the whole emancipation.
Right. Exactly.
Like, to see a Confederate flag here is just move. I know. You see them. You see, like the fact like I not to deter to that, but like how like. Did you ever see like there was this like artists, like there was musical artists that wore the Confederate flag as like a fashion symbol? Kanye West has done it, Travis Scott's done it, Vic Mensa's done it.
What do you mean?
Like they'd wear like a jacket and it'd have like the flag as a patch. Like how do you like? Because I don't know. I never viewed that flag in a positive light.
I don't give. I don't know. Like for like a celebrity to use something like that. I think it's more for shock value.
Oh, for real? But does it make it okay?
I'm not saying it's okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm not saying like yo crucify. Don't fuck with them no more. I'm just saying like, isn't that weird? Like, doesn't that come up as weird? That's like.
But if I had to make an assumption,
I'm saying replace it with like a Nazi flag. It doesn't make it any less weirder.
Right.
Like
right. If I had to make an assumption, sure. I'm assuming they probably have music on the way and they have to they need some shock value and some trend.
Like, yo, what's wrong with this guy?
Exactly. Kanye West does that a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah, George Bush doesn't like black.
Yeah. Yeah, so did you actually get a chance to watch the Dave Chappelle special that he came out with? I think it was like a half hour long. It's on, I think on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube.
Yo, and it's funny because I think he did that on purpose. So I watched it. Was it Friday on my break? On one of my breaks at work, and I laughed already just because the page that it was under was Netflix sucks.
Oh, really?
So I'm assuming that was his subtle jab. I'm assuming that he released it.
No, I think Netflix has an official account, but it's like Netflix is not a joke or something like that. Something along the lines.
Oh no, yeah, maybe it was Netflix is a joke.
Yeah, that's their actual Netflix page on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird.
That
It's like
is
they're kind of
weird.
cutting on themselves to make it seem like they're. I don't know. It's weird.
I thought he did that. I thought I was like,
Oh, no.
I was like, damn, what happened?
It's been like that.
I swear they paid him bread not too long ago.
Nah, it's been like that.
Okay, got you. But yeah, I watched that. And I was just like, I wasn't I originally, like, when I had first heard, I was like kind of excited because like I consider Dave Chappelle to be like the GOAT of comedy for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Same.
but what like just to see him not like I was going in expecting, you know, humor and
Comedy.
then instead I got like the political message, which I think was like dope. Cause it was.
you got the.
I don't think like, I didn't take that as a stand up. I took it more
stand up, but it was like I don't know.
I don't know how to like
He was just
label
really
it.
like expressing himself
Real-
as as a. I mean, he talked about it how it's like you shouldn't be looking for me. I'm an old head.
Yeah.
The people at the forefront right now, like
He said the streets are talking for themselves.
yeah, exactly.
He said they don't need me to say it. Like,
But his story was good, and like how everything correlated together. You know, with his grandpa
yeah,
and being at the White House, him correcting himself like on a previous show.
yeah,
All that was like well tailored. So I feel like he should have done that, and he did. And
Yeah.
probably one of the like most well executed shows I've seen very recently and in a long time.
yeah.
So yeah, Dave Chappelle's the GOAT.
Yeah. It's just it like something, but it's crazy. So he said this, and I've been saying it for a long time. Is where he's just like, we're not too far off. Where we're it's to the point of like we're not going to talk about it no more. Just rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, and it's true. Like he brought up how with the cop killing situation so about like he's exactly. See, I didn't even know that the cops I didn't know there was that many events where after a cop had killed an unarmed black man that like a cop killer like just went on a killing spree. I didn't know that. Like I remember there was the one in Dallas that he was like sniping them. He had killed like 5 cops. But like I didn't know there was the 2 other situations that they were both, you know, like black guys, like ex-military.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about the story he brought up where the guy in his what the hell is it called? Why can't I think of what it's called?
You're not even
Where
giving me a hint.
he was the ex-cop and he wrote about Dave Chappelle being his favorite comedian.
Yeah.
Was that his memoir or what was that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah. So you're talking about that example in the show where he
About where like people are just gonna start blasting because like it's true. Like
he tried to do everything right and get back on the police force because he thought he was doing good.
Yeah.
And he's a man of the military, always been a cop. He did one thing wrong, and he felt like he should have actually, you know, been given his position back because he was rehabilitating himself the proper way, and they still denied him. So he actually went on a war terrorizing and killing cops.
Yeah.
Their families. I don't know how many specifically he did, but I'm sure from what I heard, he killed a cop and his entire family. Shot 2 cops in their car, and yeah, the cops pulled up to his house and
Just let it blast.
killed him.
Yeah. I just, but like it, but that's wild. But I just mean like to me, it's crazy. Like the point he was making about like those military vets, those African American military vets that ended up killing those cops, because like, you know, they served the country. You know, like you're going in the mindset like you're killing the bad guys. He said in the standards like you go killing the bad guys. You come home and you're seeing the same thing. Like it's so like I see where he was coming from. Where like you could see them as the bad guys because they're doing the same thing you saw that you were fighting out there.
Right. Did you watch The Five Bloods?
No, I haven't watched that yet.
You need to watch that.
Okay, yeah.
It's like that actual story that you just told right now.
But
in Vietnam.
I just think it's also crazy that Dave Chappelle talked about that because about like just the vets and shit. Because like I don't remember if we talked about this in the last episode, but did you see with Drew Brees? What Drew Brees was talking about the whole kneeling for the flag situation.
No, I didn't see that.
How it was like disrespectful. It was like, yeah, he had came out with that statement a while, maybe like a couple weeks ago, and people were just like, a lot of people, you know, took it the wrong way because it was after the whole George Floyd death thing, because he was just saying like how like it's disrespectful to the flag. Like pretty much he was just saying like they were asking him about his stance on police brutality. He was just saying like, yo, kneeling for the flag is wrong, and people were just like, that's so out of context because like we weren't talking about the fucking flag. We're talking about like police brutality and so. They like shun him for that because, you know, it's like wrong time, wrong place, and like he was just saying like about like how just like the flag, like people fought for it, like feel me, like bringing that shit into like bringing shit that just didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, that doesn't like fighting for the flag. I mean,
has nothing to do with police brutality and like what's going on here. It's more so like
it's kind of like
it's more like
that happened. What was that joke? I mean, it's not a joke, but. It was like the memes floating around where it was like I think, oh fuck, what happened? I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. But like, so Shannon Sharp, he had responded to Drew Brees' commentary about the whole like how like, you know, vets feel about it and whatnot. Because like I guess Drew Brees had a grandfather who had served in the military during like the World Wars and whatnot. And Shannon, you know, like we also have friends and family, like African American friends and family who also served in those very same wars. And you feel me, like they fought the same way, they did the same thing that your grandfather did.
Well, they were actually put in the front lines first.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, they didn't get the same love when they came back. Feel me? So like imagine that, like you come home. And like all your white comrades are getting like silver medals and shit like that, and like you don't get any of yours. And a lot of them didn't get, like he was just saying, a lot of them didn't get that until they died.
Oh, really?
Like they're like, oh, we're gonna give him his award now, like now that he's dead. You feel me? So it's just like a lot of that shit. Like he was just making that point, like, you know, like racism has always been a thing, even like it's just like no, like we were never treated fairly, you know. Feel me? So like for you to talk about like the flag means different things for everybody,
right?
You feel me? Like because like we live in this system, but like it's a system that they made for us,
right? We live on different sides of that system.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like even with like a lot of people talk about like reparations. You know,
how do you feel about reparations?
I think they are due because it's just like when you think about it, like the thing that no one thinks about is like I would say a majority. I like me personally, I feel like a majority of the wealthy people are white, and that's because they were you're put in different like positions. Think about it, like if you're a slave, you have nothing, and like the guy who owned you literally claimed everything before you had a chance to like. Before you got your rights,
you have the craziest head start.
Shit. Yeah, you have a head start. You already had the bread. You already started here. You took this because now at this point, if I take anything of yours, it's stealing.
Right.
And then like I as an equal
it
rights
wasn't like
man,
that back then.
Yeah, like feel me shit. Like you didn't start me off with a crib.
Like your museums are filled with stolen objects.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's just like, what am I like? Where like we don't have any. You strip the lineage. Like a lot of people. Like I'm sure, like the relations. Pull it.
Just bring it closer. As a matter of fact, just move it like you see how like I have it turned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can. There you go.
But like the even like the relation.
You can move if you're gonna like look at me. Just move the joint.
Oh no, I'm cool.
Oh okay.
Like even like the relations, like you know, like people like I'm sure you heard at one point, like even in elementary school, people always be like, "Oh, we're all related."
Yeah.
Like we're all related, we're all brothers and sisters in the eyes of God, something like along those lines. And it's like to an extent, you're probably right because, like you know, feel me, like the whatever part.
Do you believe in evolution?
Do I believe in evolution? Yeah.
Okay.
To an extent, like I mean, like, I'm not really sure my like.
I was just wondering.
I mean,
you don't have to
I'll like.
We can say that for another episode.
I'll address it right now.
Okay.
The only like thing I have against evolution is like with the whole like we come from monkeys thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are they still here?
We're not doing this right now.
If we came from monkeys, why are they still here? Like,
this is not how we do the show, Eddie.
Like, I think about that all the time. I'm like, that's the only question. Like,
I have to do research before I give you a response. I haven't.
I already have like a couple of theories.
Oh,
I'm a theory guy.
Yeah.
Like with the whole alien thing. But yeah, we're not gonna do that now.
Thank you.
We're not gonna do that now. But
so Dave Chappelle special, great shit.
yeah.
Did you get to hear the Snow on the Bluff track from J. Cole that was released and allegedly was
I loved it. I love that song. I mean, just more so
it was just like kind of
how it was composed was very well,
Mm-hmm.
and like I mean the message overall, like I remember I had sent you an article where Earl Sweatshirt was saying like what you're doing is like almost like you're extorting a situation pretty much, like even like Meek Mill. Like, Meek Mill dropped a song, Lil Baby dropped a song, and they were all, like, just based towards, like, what's going on with the movement.
last Friday there was a shit ton of songs like that.
Oh,
for
real?
Juneteenth.
Yeah, it's the same. I haven't even been tuning in that much, but those were the ones that popped out and that were there before.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he was just saying, like, you guys are just extorting the situation because you know, like, it's gonna sell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of just like, when like Kobe Bryant died, like all his shit went up, like his shoes.
Oh, so you're saying like
relevancy, like people were making memorabilia T-shirts. You feel me? Like, it's sell. It's
It's
sold.
like when Nipsey died, they were like selling fake shit.
Exactly.
They know it's gonna sell.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying? Earl said that shit.
Earl said that about.
I'm so indifferent about Earl, man.
His career is interesting, but. As far as like the song itself, the Snow on the Bluff song, I liked it. I liked the message where he was just saying, you know, like I realize I'm not actually doing as much. Like now that I realize like what I have to see what's going on. He feels like he's not doing. That's the message I got from it.
Well, in the beginning, he was addressing a female, like a younger female, protesting at the moment, and how they were kind of calling out, or she was calling out. All the celebrities that usually have a history of, you know, being on the streets for the movement aren't saying anything now. Mm-hmm. So he was addressing that in the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
And then after that it was just kind of like I don't know about you, but like every time I see a movement happening, I always see J. Cole. J. Cole is always there. For him to kind of like feel like he's being called out is only right for him to just release a song like this. It's kind of just like, you know, I always take this under consideration. So the alleged female that he was talking about was No Name.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know who No Name is, but
is that an anonymous guy?
No Name is the female rapper / artist. She sings really well too.
No, don't know.
I only know about her because she was on the outro of Smino's debut album.
Okay.
I think the song was called Amphetamine. Yeah. It was great.
Okay.
But I heard her spitting, you know, she got some bars and she's really good.
Yeah.
Her flow is crazy.
Okay.
So I guess he was addressing her, and it was just kind of like, I feel like there's no reason. I think there's two sides to the story that they both take the same message, and that message is both of y'all need to stop addressing each other and address the issue, the actual issue that the movement's about, and not clash internally like that.
Yeah.
Because that'll slow shit.
Yeah.
From what
needs to be done.
The real problem.
Yeah, I understand.
That's out there. And she responded, I think, with the whole track talking. Like she kind of addressed that. She was like, "I can't believe you're addressing me during a time like this." Type thing. I should send you the song though, so you can listen to it. But he was definitely trying to get a message out there. But like we were saying, J. Cole's always out there when it comes to protests. How do you feel about artists or celebrities that need to speak out during a time like this?
What do you mean?
So, like, I always see J. Cole, when there's a protest happening, he goes out into the streets and he really gets to know the situation firsthand.
I feel like a lot of people showed out.
Of course they did. A lot of them did.
Obama, like, I saw mad NBA players.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is celebrities using the platform that they are celebrities on to say something about the situation. That's not happening as much. You know, like, we're only just getting it now. Like, we got Dave Chappelle, and we got J. Cole at the moment, and we all know what's happening in Chicago. No Name is.
It's. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's people that are scared. I'm not even gonna say scared, but like they don't want to hurt their platform. That's what it is, and I'll even say it, like, with all this that has gone on, I will say the dynamic of my interactions with people, with strangers today has changed.
How?
Like, I just feel like I get, like, looked at differently, or, like,
how?
When I walk in the street, like, people, like, look at you,
like in a good or a bad way?
Like they're nervous, like, they don't know what you're gonna do.
I get those looks.
Cause it's, I mean, granted, yeah, I'm also a big man too, but, like, but that's, like, not, like, the point. It's more so just, like, why, like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I don't have anything in my hand. Like, it's like it'd be different if I was walking around through a store with a knife. Like, you feel me? That's more reason to look at me funny. But, like, I'm just walking.
Yeah.
I'm walking here. Like.
So, like, what do you think, the celebrities should be saying something though, or do you think they shouldn't be saying anything at a time like this?
I think
or you think they should utilize their platform?
I think they should. If I was a celebrity, I would.
That's the only backlash I could give J. Cole in this situation, is, like, you did put some music out, and at the end of the day, you are talking about how you're not, like, a leader in the situation, but you kind of came at someone that's on your side.
Yeah.
That's the only backlash I can give him. But other than that, like, I've been seeing a lot, like, on Twitter, like, people trying to cancel J. Cole.
Yeah.
You're not canceling J. Cole. You crazy. That guy's the most innocent man ever. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And if he's not, he's very good at making it look like that. You know what I mean? He's always out there with the people. He gets, he's kind of like Kendrick Lamar in that sense, where their music comes from the people.
Yeah.
They bring out situations and they bring that to light, and they use their platform and they make music about shit like that. Which is kind of where I saw some stuff on Twitter and I think Instagram, just on social media in general, where people are like, "Where's Kendrick? He needs to be saying something now." I'm like, Did you listen to Pimp the Butterfly? To Pimp No, I'm just saying, like, to them, like, they're all like, "Yo, he needs to put out protest music." I'm like,
that's the Black of the
He's
Berry.
been doing this.
Black of the Berry doesn't need more
like, you need to just go back to his backlog. I'm not sure I can say the same.
Man.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I can say the same about J. Cole. I can't remember anything like that. I definitely can't. I feel like I definitely can't say that about Drake. NWA.
What do you mean?
Like they don't have, like, protest music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't see Drake. Yeah, I don't see Drake doing that either, personally.
Well, I always have to consider the fact that he is Canadian, and I mean,
apparently there was police brutality going up in there too.
Oh, really?
So they like literally right after George Floyd, they said a police officer pushed a lady off a balcony.
Oh, really? Holy shit!
And she died, and, like, her brother's, like, on camera, like her body's literally behind him, like, still laying in the ground in front of the building.
Oh, was it like a reporter?
Nah, he was just, like, recording it.
Oh.
Like, he had someone there to record it. He's like, "Yo, they pushed my sister."
Damn.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but I have seen Canadian artists, like, pushing it, like, donating money.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah, like so I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad at people who don't say anything, because I feel like as long as, like, you participate in your own way. That's how I look at it. Like, if you can't be there on the front lines, make everybody aware.
Right.
Like, spread awareness. Like, it does. Like,
so I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the people that are just spamming it on social media, because you know what? Like, you're doing that. If that's your way of contributing, thanks.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna let everybody I know. Like, yo, there's something wrong. Something's wrong.
I mean,
don't forget something's wrong.
I mean, that sparks conversations within families too. I think that's the hardest part about all of this, is, like, the newer generations, that we're all game. You know, we're all in, and we're
ready for war.
We're down for this. But at the end of the day, the people that you're gonna have to be pointing figuratively that gun at is your family members and some of the older family members that you have, and you have to start that battle there. And I've been seeing some like real young people really calling out their parents. Like they'll go on live and they'll just go hard on their own, like
voicemails of like their grandparents being like, "Yo, you little bitch! Like, how dare you?"
Yeah. I mean, kudos to them.
Yeah, but like, exactly.
Hispanics can't do that. Like, it's just not a thing in our culture. You know what I mean? That's a very white thing.
Yeah, to just put it on blast like that.
To scream at your parents.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that too. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm at a point where like, if I know something's not right, I can't be like a part. Like I can't be a part of that.
I'm addressing it.
Yeah. Like,
you know,
like, I can't be a part of that.
If I witness it myself, I'm doing something about it now.
Yeah, exactly. But even when it's like family, that's what I'm saying. Even when it comes
family,
to family,
exactly.
Like you need to understand.
100%.
Like you need to understand. Like yo, that's wrong. Like that's not like enough. Like yo, if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make you see that it's wrong. And yeah, sometimes I think that's probably the hardest part. I think also, working like back into an office and bringing that kind of energy back into an office space. Where everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but witnessing it and doing something about it, like at work now, I feel like I'm going to see a lot of it. I hope to see a lot of it. You know, like in the workspace, if I witness something wrong, I'm going to address it. But there is that weird fear of I might lose my job for speaking out about something like this. And I feel like people shouldn't feel like that.
Ideally, that's why, like, I don't fear speaking my mind.
Why?
Because when it comes to this political stance, because, like, for the example, if I did lose my job for saying that I stand with the Black Lives Matter movement, who does that look worse on, me or them? Like, especially, like... When you're a big corporation, like a lot of these corporations are getting canceled for being Trump supporters.
Yeah.
I keep seeing lists, but I don't know I haven't seen anything that's set in stone. Like I'm seeing images of restaurants and like just companies in general that just put money into like supporting Trump's reelection and his campaign.
Right.
Like shit like that.
I've been seeing the list gets bigger and bigger, so it's hard to
know
what kind of causes they support. Because I mean. I don't know. Like, yes, like the Trump supporting businesses are being called out, and even the racist ones. Even here in Lancaster, all the racist establishments are being called out. It happened over here. Have you ever been to Luca?
No.
It's a restaurant, and I guess the employees there felt that, from my understanding, that the owners of the restaurants, since they weren't,
like openly protesting?
Not openly protesting, because not everyone's openly protesting. But it was just that they were so closeted and they weren't trying to support it. All their staff walked out. So they're currently closed. And I saw some people doing that over at Yorgos as well, because, the owners over there, I've personally, like...
Never experienced?
Yeah, and that's because my skin is fair. You know what I mean?
Fair? Oh, so my skin ain't fair?
Like... I have pale skin. I have a pale complexion.
So it's fair.
Shut the fuck up. That's so funny you said that. Like, because I hear rappers. I only say that because like I only hear rappers saying when they like
speak of like a girl with a fair skin.
Yeah, well they talk about white people as fair skinned.
Yeah, but
that's weird. Don't say that again.
What?
You really fucked me up mentally there.
So you're fair.
But yeah, so they're protesting.
Look at them unfair people over there.
They're protesting outside of Yorgos because I mean I don't go there a decent amount, but the times I've been there, I've heard stories of people being racially profiled out of that place.
I agree.
Immediately,
it's happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't let me go upstairs. After they refurnished the place, they added the levels, added a little rooftop, sky deck, little shit. Even though it's not even a big building.
Yeah.
But I remember I was trying to meet some friends over there that were already there upstairs, and I'm at the door by myself, and bouncer's just like, "Yeah, we're not letting anybody upstairs right now." So in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh, it must be like jumping, packed."
Yeah.
So I rate my friends, let them know, and they literally sent me a picture, and that bitch was empty. And I'm like, well, like they're not letting me in. So then my friends come down, and all of my friends are of the fairer skin.
Yeah.
And like they say they try to tell the bouncer like, oh, can like our friend come up, and the bull said, nah, nobody can go upstairs now.
What the fuck?
I'm like, bro, what?
That's so weird.
Like corny, just real corny.
Yeah, that kind of energy needs to be deaded here. I'm happy that that's happening here, though. They're pointing places out, which is important. Moving forward, because like if you're going to be ignorant to the situation,
but to me, like how I action with people, like strangers, even if it's just different. It's just like
you should be more like talk to me nice, like
you know what I mean. That is what the case is, but it's just like
yeah, you shouldn't see it every day as a fight, but you should.
No, I'm saying it was one stance is just like really stands out to me is the people that aren't saying anything at all.
Because saying nothing is a response.
Yeah, to me, like if you don't say nothing, it's because you can't, like you don't want to say what you really want to say. Or I mean, so I'm not saying you can't be neutral, but it's like this isn't something you should be neutral about. To me,
right?
Like
100%, you should not be.
Because even if you're like if you're, especially if like you're not like, even if you're not like a minority, like if you're white. And you don't say anything, like you have friends of color, it just says a lot. Yeah. Like, I get it, you might not want to be political, but it might affect you because you're worried what your other it also affects white people because with their families, you don't want to be, but it's gonna be to the point where you're gonna have to pick a side. Like a side to be you could either be ignore all the racist shit, and to me, that's you're a racist. If racism doesn't bother you, you're a racist. Yeah, like if you can witness racism and it not
if you're just ignorant to the situation, if you don't want to acknowledge it,
you're a racist.
Yeah, you're just not doing.
Whereas
you're just not being just in the situation. You're not being fair.
I remember, I was at that Juneteenth cookout, and this guy I know that I was talking to, he told me, he said some shit that really just shook me. It was like, he was just like, he's like, white people scared that we're, he's like, white people know what they did. He's like, they're just scared that if we're on, the same grounds, or if we, that we could just overpower them, and that we're gonna do the same thing to them. I'm like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Enslave them?
Yeah, that's the fear. That's now it's time to pay back.
Now we're talking. Now it's time let's talk about those type of reparations.
Those type of reparations? Those are reparations
for 400 years.
You want 400
from 2020.
My man Alex got a 400.
I didn't say that.
My man Alex has a 400 year hourglass. He said your time starts now.
That's foul.
Yeah, that's so foul.
All right.
He said emancipation 2,420. That's crazy, bro.
Oh shit.
Nah, but yeah, that's he said that to me. I'm like, I agree. I don't. That's not my mindset. Ever. That was never my goal. You know what would make things fair and square. We're gonna knock down all the buildings, go back to that same time where we lived in wooden houses.
Yeah, let's go bomb White Wall Street.
We're gonna rerun everything, but we're gonna switch.
Yeah,
we're gonna switch teams.
Yeah, y'all move into the hood and let's go switch homes.
Something like that real quick. 400 years though. 400 years.
Just for 400 years.
You get that joint back at that.
You get a
tripping.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I mean, because I remember like I don't actually know the story, but I remember speaking to like my old head at my job, and he was just telling me that like I guess with the Emancipation Proclamation, like it was with the freedom of slaves, every slave was entitled to like 30 acres and a mule. Because back then it was like when like we were really like agriculture, agriculture. We weren't that advanced at that point. So damn near everybody in their mind was a farmer.
Well, I mean, land is money.
Yeah. So
owning land is money.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, don't even get me started on that. That's a whole.
I won't.
That's a whole off podcast conversation.
I think we should get a jar of topics and just like throw them in,
and then just pick them out,
and then just pick them out, and then every episode we're gonna get real about certain things.
Alex, you can't do that with me, bro.
Yes, I can.
No, I'm saying because I'm gonna put like shit. I'm not even gonna put topics. I'm just gonna some nut shit. Like
yes. I'm here.
Like baby food eating contest. Like just like something real nutty. Like,
no, what?
Just like to catch you off guard. Like,
oh.
Like I'm just gonna fill the bowl with topics that aren't even topics.
Try to correlate to current events.
But current events right now?
No, I said I try to correlate baby food eating contest to current events.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still shocked. There's people that eat baby food. I know people who eat baby food that are adults.
Like adults?
Yeah.
Why?
Mainly women.
Oh. Why?
Mainly, they like baby food. It's like pudding to them.
They do it for like non-medical reasons?
Yeah. Oh. They just like baby food. Yeah.
You know how small those containers are?
Yeah.
Is that like a meal, or do they have to combine them?
No, it's like a snack. They eat like a snack.
So you talk to a chick that does this?
I know. I knew a couple chicks that
You knew a couple?
Yeah, that ate baby food. They were just like have leftover. And
we should have one of them come in here and talk about it.
About eating baby food?
I want to know why.
I have to find them. I know that
you have to find
I don't remember which girl said that, but I remember meeting a couple girls that told me that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was normalized and girls are just like, yeah, that's a girl thing. That's such a girl thing. I'm not saying like
at least that's not boring. I'd be on their shit if they told me they ate baby food.
I'd be on their shit if it was like peas. Like, yeah, you nasty, you nasty ass, Shawty. You nasty ass, Shawty. You could get like the sweet potato, the banana, something.
Oh yeah, the banana one.
Pear,
I feel like is
and pear, apple. Like they have all these other fruits.
But you chose peas.
Peas, you like fucking up some.
Yeah, eat a jar of peas and then
carrots. Like
eat some carrots, and here's some peaches.
Like yeah, I mean that's. Anyway, let's not sidetrack. Let's go.
I ran into a situation. So I've been on the social medias, but I've also been on some dating apps.
Okay.
And I don't know, but like I've been like in conversation with two specific like females, and like I'll add them like on Instagram or like Facebook, and like find out they have a whole man, and I don't know how I feel about it right now. Like honestly, like what do you do in a weird situation like that? Do you call out like?
Do you call it out?
Like you call out you call them out on it, or like what?
Would you?
Or do you just keep it like under the scraps? I'm not asking for me specifically. Nope. I just thought it was a very interesting thing that I saw, and I'm just like I kind of want to talk about it.
The term homewrecker is like a crazy.
I'm not saying
you're a homewrecker.
Call me a homewrecker, bro.
I'm not calling you a homewrecker. I'm saying it's just like my perspective of it is like it's not my problem. It's not my problem that your girl's on Tinder. It's not my problem.
Well, yeah.
But
well, like
it's weird. It's weird.
I'm not saying address the dude. I'm talking about like
bringing it up to her.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been like in conversations with you on the dating app, and now I'm on the socials a little bit more than I am on here.
Yeah,
come talk to me over here.
I should be like, no, chill. My boyfriend's gonna see it. Is it like that kind of thing?
No, they'll go through with like
adding you on social media.
Yeah, and then like. They'll post a picture of her and her man's like so thankful for my boyfriend that doesn't know I'm fucking talking to other guys like on Tinder media. And like other shit like it's fucking wild. But
we live in a different world. There's different schemes to that.
What do you mean?
Some girl could just be trying to set you up. Her man could be behind that whole scheme.
I've been talking to her man the whole time.
Yeah, he's all right now. Ask him to Cash App you $20 and send him a feet pic.
You said that a day pimping right there.
Something like it could be. You don't know what's behind the screen.
Especially
Especially with social media. Like, yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying with that whole aspect, like it doesn't matter to me. Mm-hmm. But like, would you want it? I don't know. Like, how would you want some nigga to tell you, like, yo, bro, your girl,
yeah,
your girl's on Tinder.
I would love that.
even if some stranger.
Yes. Shot that shit real quick, bro. Like, we live in a modern day. Like, you can give me the information I need to see. I just very, very quickly, bro.
That's true.
I've called out. I think this is while I was in college. I called out some dude that was like trying to hit on my girl, my ex-girl.
Yeah.
And he had a whole girl too.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I gave him a fair warning. Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, I have all of these messages screenshot that you're trying. I'm gonna send them to your girl if you don't stop. And I never seen him since. Like, he just disappeared. Like, like, I'm not saying like, like I'm not like all for like snitching and shit, but like, if you're trying to talk to my girl, like I'm gonna figure it out. But I mean, that's also like a girl problem,
Yeah.
I should be like, that should have been handled internally as well.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like encountering it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm like, how do I move in this situation? Do I be grimy, or I don't know, or do I even acknowledge it? Like,
I don't know. I can't be a side nigga, bro.
Why?
Cause I'm a on demand nigga. Sometimes I want it. Like fuck your wife. Fuck.
So if you're like a side dude, does that mean you don't get things on demand?
Huh?
Is that when you flip the switch to be main if you start demanding?
No, because like the thing with being a side is like I've been in similar situations. It's just like you're only getting hit up when like the man ain't around, like
or like her man pissed her off.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to do it. Like, yo, listen, there needs to be more. I need more cheese. You feel me? You need to scratch my back a little more. This deal ain't that sweet. You're not like.
Need you to buy my meals. Take me out.
Yeah, something.
He said something.
Something's gotta give. I'm like, 'cause if I like
pay for my massage,
it'd be like that. Or just give me a massage. You ain't gotta.
True. I don't know.
That's.
I was just thinking about something, and I don't know. It popped my head.
In
my head, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this right now. I don't know how to go about it either. I don't think I'm gonna do anything at the moment. But
makes you really just want to settle down, don't it?
No.
Shit like that just makes me want to settle down.
I'm just like, damn.
I'm ready for a family.
Yeah, some chick asked me if I wanted kids, and I was like, this is very forward, but I couldn't tell if like.
Do you think she was asking you for like future reference, or she was just like, yo, I'm really trying to have a baby right now?
I'm gonna assume she meant future reference.
She said by you,
but like the future, I'm like 25. I'm like, what future are you talking about?
When is it? Have you ever asked somebody that?
What?
Have you ever asked a female, do you want kids?
I assume a lot of females want kids, but that's a wrong assumption to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the more people I'm talking to, that is
feminist triggered.
That is the wrong. Yeah. That is like the wrong assumption to make.
I'm actually seeing a lot more females who don't want kids.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want a kid right now. Like,
yeah. Right now, that's how I'm feeling.
Am I fit to be a parent?
When I get asked that, I'm just like, not right now. Like, maybe later.
Like, well, yeah. Like, you think I'm just have a kid off the strength of a date?
Yeah, right.
It's not happening.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to infiltrate this castle a lot harder.
I need you to put time in. Like, you gotta put some time in for this seed.
Like, this battle is supposed to happen a lot later in the war. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Right now, I'm a word.
Is that why I'm here?
Is that why I'm here?
There's a sperm bank down the street.
Yeah, right. Like, we're at Starbucks. Like.
We're at Starbucks.
Those are the coffee days.
Oh shit.
So, speaking of like just dates, I mean, you ever just have like a really like boring conversation
with a date?
A date, yeah. How do you go about that?
I don't know.
Like, cause like you're in person, you like, if they don't have nothing interesting to say, where do you go?
I put a lot of value in a person that can continue a conversation as long as I can.
I agree.
Because I feel like I can talk your ear off for days. You know, and I think that's a very new thing with me. I used to be very closed
and quiet,
and now more recently, since I've been more going out socially and single, I've been more like talkative, and I feel like I can just hold a conversation for like maybe like good like hour, 2, 3 hours, 4 hours with anybody now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I put a lot of value in anyone, honestly. I'm not saying for dating purposes, but like anyone, like even if you're my friend, you want to talk about something, like I'll
chop it up. We'll chop it up.
Yeah, we're gonna be in this race for a while, and I'm cool with that.
Okay,
you know what I mean. But like in a date, I guess if like I don't know, if you're boring, like what's boring to you?
Like just nothing.
Like you're not saying nothing, or you're just like whatever you're talking about is just really bland.
I would say bland, yeah. Like it's one like not I mean, you can't. I guess you can get one worded in real life, but like yeah.
I'll just stare at you.
Cool.
I'll stare at you real hard. Like quietly, I'll just stare
awkward,
at you. Until you say something.
What? What?
Say something.
I'll be happy. I'll do that.
Have you encountered that?
I've done that.
So you're the boring.
No, I meant just there. Cause there ain't nothing to talk. I'm like, yo, so what? Like I really don't have. Like a lot of times, I don't be having shit to talk about. Mm-hmm. Or not say I don't, but it's like it's not something I think you want to hear.
Yeah,
like it has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Like my mind's somewhere else right now. Man. Like, yo, I'm like, yo, like the shit that happened. I sent you that meme of that guy Ron Suno on Instagram, where he was like walking with the shawty on the rooftop in New York, and he's like, look at the stars, baby. So he's like, your eyes look at the stars. She's like, and people, it was like broad daylight. She's like, there's no stars. He's like, look at the stars. She's like, there's no stars. Do you want to know why there's no stars? Fuck the stars. I'm trying to hit. Like, yo, he's like, can I hit? He's like, can I hit? I'm like, that already had me crying. Yeah. But like, he was just like, there's a lot of shit going on right here. I'm like, he's like, he motioned towards his head, and I like, yo, I really felt that. A lot of shit going on, right? Like, yeah, bro, I'm fighting depression. Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, we ain't talking about my problems. What are we talking about?
About my problems.
What are we talking about?
Oh shit. I don't know. Would you do that? I feel like I don't know. I would,
know about not the
just branching off into something completely like different in subject, I guess, or just being open about.
When I was younger, I was like that. Like when I was a young boy, and I was talking to girls, I would talk about anything.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like, yo, if you had a superpower, girl, if you had a superpower right now, what would it be? like, no, damn right, we're never gonna be like actually
to talk.
Right, talk about superpowers.
Oh shit.
Like, what is it like? What is that going to be?
I don't think I experienced like a super, like, it wasn't like super boring, but I've experienced like a date where it's just kind of like, it's hard to, they keep talking about the same thing. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to like take the conversation elsewhere. Okay. So that sucks. I feel like that's boring to me.
Well, it's like, what if they're just like talking to you about like TV shows? Like, you mean like you also who doesn't go outside? Telling someone who doesn't go outside, literally just work in the crib. Like, yeah, I was just watching Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I mean, if you're just talking about what you were doing, sure, I don't care.
Grey's Anatomy.
But if you want to talk about the show itself,
and then it's like tomorrow you talk about Grey's Anatomy, and then
I've had people do that where they're just like, you should really watch Community, and I'm like, I'm good. Like,
I can't get
no diss on the show or anything. I'm just like, I don't. Like, if that's your favorite thing, like, I have my own favorites. We should talk about something else, though.
Me? Are you saying this to me? Or are you saying that, like, to the person?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, what do you want to talk about, though? What's next on the list? What's next on the list?
Shit.
Bougie people?
You want to talk about bougie people? So, like, boring people are bougie people. I feel like
a lot of the time they are. Usually they're the same.
Like,
person.
You're bougie for what? Because you can't handle this energy.
I agree. I mean, because like don't
I
get me
feel
wrong.
like especially in this city, like there's a lot of like people wearing their heart on their chin, or not their heart, their egos on their chin.
Do you feel like that comes from materialism or like who they are as a person?
I think they put weight on the bitches they fuck.
Okay, so
that's all it is.
So like do you think they're just like when you
That's
so
dudes.
so is
That-
bougie
that-
bougie cocky? Do you relate bougie to being cocky? Because like when I think of bougie, I think of like
Too
you
good.
think your shit don't stink, like you're too good.
Exactly,
to, like,
exactly. Yeah.
Like
Well,
like if I had a T-shirt, like if I bought you a T-shirt and you don't want it because there's not a brand on it, like it could be like an H&M tee,
yeah.
like which is like what, like $5, but it's still a T-shirt and it still look nice. So you're like, nah, bro, I wanted a polo tee. Like,
Well, that's
I don't wear it if it's not polo. That to me, that's bougie.
That's bougie, yes, in a materialistic way.
Or like,
I just mean people that have like a attitude towards people they don't.
well, if I ask you to bike,
They're not so open, I guess. To I don't know.
like if I ask you to go to a bike, like biking, you're like, oh, bro, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that. Or like go to a rodeo, like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna be there with all those hicks. Like, feel me, like to think you're too good at anything.
Yeah.
That's bougie to me.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that.
But like, I don't think like I wouldn't say fucking like just because you fucked a bitch makes you bougie. I think that makes you cocky. Like, you think you're better.
There's dudes out there for sure that put all the weight in the chicks that are around them. So like they wear that. They're like, oh, my chick is bad.
Okay.
And I'm talking about dudes specifically in this situation. Like,
Okay.
Like there's dudes that are just like, oh, like my chick's bad. So like don't talk to me. Like, who was your last chick? This and that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they compare, and then they're like, oh, bro, you could never, bro, and like kind of stunt on you almost, right?
Okay.
I can't say I've experienced that like single handedly, like the putting the weight on the female, but
Yeah.
I mean even vice versa, like girls do that with guys, 100%.
Yeah. Like, oh, I fucked with. I mean, I don't understand that either. Like you got fucked. All right, cool. Like,
Well,
cool. Like, it's nice to know that you guys meshed, but like, how does that benefit me?
Yeah.
As a person, like, how does that hold weight over me?
I guess
Like,
the bougie thing is
like-
only like relevant because
you ain't have it. Oh, bro, I had it. You ain't had it. Like,
I don't care about that. But like, like I don't care about that.
That's the only
How
thing
you
I
feel
can-
about when you meet your first Eskimo brother
when you meet.
that you didn't know? Like, let's say, all right, let's say,
Oh no, I knew.
I know.
Oh no,
I'm not saying I know the specific situation, but like I know like that.
I know
your first Eskimo brother. You probably knew the dude before you knew the guy or the girl. Sorry.
No, I knew the girl before I knew the guy,
Okay.
and then I found out later.
Oh, okay.
Because she already knew that I was already friends with him.
Oh, okay. See, all my Eskimo bros are not my boys. They're people I don't know at all. So like when I find out who it is, I'm either really disappointed. Like,
It'd be like that. Yo,
I'm like,
I don't
why
care
am
what
I
nobody
associated
says.
with you?
I've gotten it before.
Mhm.
Like, you've never gotten that before.
what?
Like, have your exes ever known your other ex, like your ex before them? You never had like the ex that knew the person you dated before them.
I try not to bring that energy into the relationship. Honestly,
They don't ever ask.
if they do, I'm like, it's not important. Like,
Oh, I'll be like, I'll just keep it a buck. I'm like, if you really want to know, like,
I'm literally like, it's not important. Like, I'm not even worried
I
about.
was saying, yeah, like, I mean, I don't. Exactly, if I don't bring it up, then it's really not important.
Exactly.
But if you really want to know,
Yeah.
but I've got.
I guess
like,
if they keep pressing it, sure.
I've gotten like the you dated her, like I mean I'm like, but you're with me now, so what does it matter? Like,
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think my first Eskimo bro that I knew, like I didn't know him at first, but then I just like came into contact with him, and I was like, oh fuck, he was kind of cool. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, we were like, there's two sides of that fence. You could either be disappointed or you're like, oh, this guy's a cool guy. Like,
as far as I know, like I only know one guy, like one bro, and like I'm not disappointed. That's my boy. I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, you know him.
But yeah, exactly. Like maybe if I was on bad terms, but like I've been to the point where like I don't know, me personally, I've seen girls with like guys. I'm just like, damn, shorty, you letting him do it? You letting him?
I see a decent amount of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yo. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, there has to be something. Like, I need to know more. I need to know why.
I don't want to know.
I need to know why.
Why do you want to know?
Cause like,
Explain it to me. Explain yourself.
Because I'm trying to home rap. I'm trying to be a door-to-door salesman. I'm offering better packages. So next we have phase yellow.
Oh, that's just the quarantine.
Well, we're about to go green
I didn't.
in like a week.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
That means everything's back to normal, bro.
That's not the thing.
No more masks.
And I heard you still have to wear a mask during green phase.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's what's past green? Is it just clear? Like
we're good.
No more color. Like no more color. We're out of green.
Oh yeah, I don't necessarily like.
I have like this fear that like nothing's gonna go back to normal. That like we're just gonna have to keep getting thermostated and like wear masks everywhere we go, and like just like
Depends on the place, yeah.
and like it's gonna get to the point where like we're gonna like just keep washing and hand sanitizing our hands. Everybody's gonna have dry ass hands. Like the lotion and cleaning bit. Like
Well, you should be clean.
you should be clean,
You should
but
be more cleaner than we probably have all been. Like,
But like nobody realizes like if you overdo the like with the sanitizer, you're literally killing like the
Skin cells.
the shit that you're supposed to that's protecting you too.
the natural oils.
Yeah,
in
like
your
90,
skin.
like it kills 99% or whatever. The 98, 99%. That's also including the good shit. Like
Yeah.
like 100%, we'd be done. Like
Yeah.
we put pretty much acid at that point.
Just kill off everything.
You're a rat. Like if you,
I don't know. Alright, so like we're in yellow phase now, but that's here. There's there's plenty of places that are in green phase.
oh yeah, I mean Florida was open.
Yeah.
Florida was open.
Yeah, Florida's
but
open.
I heard they going back.
Why? Because they're getting a lot more
Cases shot up like crazy. Which I don't understand, like considering with like the protests, I thought we would have had I thought bodies would have dropped like flies. I'm gonna be real with you.
Really?
Because you have all them like those
You mean like
in the country,
general.
I thought people were gonna drop like flies because like you said 50 states
I think
all did it.
Well, yeah.
So
of
like
course.
that means big crowds over
There's
easily over
there's
100 people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just not getting tested either, though.
But like, so what? Like, so pretty much it's just like we have it and we're just not affected.
Some people are
immune.
Can get it and go about their day. It's about spreading it to the people that can't fight it. You know what I mean?
Bro, survival of the fittest. No, I'm just kidding. That's how it was back then, bro. That's how we survived the Spanish flu, the Black
So
Plague,
you're saying that
survival of the
You're
fittest.
just saying let natural selection take its course.
I mean, that's how it was intended.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's how life was intended. Like,
It's just, I guess, like as a society, if we know we can do something about it, we will, kind of thing. It's kind of like when polio was the thing.
yeah.
And it's like, yo, we can fight against this, and we're like, yo, give me that shit. Like, I need that
I
vaccine.
agree. I'm not saying not to find a cure by all means, but like, what I'm saying is,
As
I'm
of right
chilling.
now?
I'm like, it's sounding like a lot of you problems. like, I'm not a doctor. You're getting the wrong nigga involved. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking
though?
selfish of you, man.
It's selfish.
Sure. Yes, it is.
I'm not a doctor. What do you want me to do? I'm just trying to
Stay home.
I had to live. I had to stop my life because you got a weak immune system. Just think about that.
I'm with you, man. I'm not
That's like
gonna
saying,
fight against
that's
you.
like
but
saying no. Listen,
it's like really. I feel like it's really wrong with the families that have been affected.
that's like saying like, yo, take down all the stairs because there's niggas that can't walk up them. Like,
yeah, you're supposed to.
Bro, there's ramps. All right, so the world's gonna be all ramps. The world's gonna be all ramps. No more stairs. Would you want to go up?
No.
Up this?
No. You're right.
Imagine if you drop something. You're sliding right down that shit.
Add some elevators. I don't know.
Get trapped in the elevator.
There's like open concept elevators.
I haven't seen I don't feel like elevators aren't really a thing anymore unless you're like I'm just saying like for like buildings like I know some homes have elevators. But like if you're not a hotel or like a business.
I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting for all this to go away.
It's
honestly.
not, bro. Like, do you think? Like I say, I feel like people are just gonna be like.
That ruined my like summer plans to go to PR.
You're like, they gonna like, bro. Life is just done for with this. Like nothing. It's not gonna go back. Because I'm thinking like,
well, even if you can go out now, because I mean, I've gone out for drinks.
Yeah,
you know, because
which sucks.
You can go outside, but you can't approach anybody.
That's what I'm saying. You
can't socialize.
You can't get in nobody's mitt and address the issue. Imagine being from a table. Yeah, bro, stay over there. It's like high school lunch all over again.
Start coughing.
Niggas gonna start. I'm gonna break some pencils. I'm gonna start beating on the table. No music.
Bring more drinks my way.
Right. But like, I just like I feel like we're like the country is so self-conscious now that we're like
we should.
You said we're clean now. We're clean now. Who's gonna say like, all right, let's stop wearing masks? Like, no, because we're like it's cleaner apparently to wear a mask when they're doing fucking surgery. They're trying to be as sterile as fucking possible.
Yeah. So what are you saying? Like, who's gonna decide not to wear a mask?
I don't want to wear a mask. If I could not wear a mask, I wouldn't. Right now, like, because like one, I'm not spitting on nobody.
Well, I feel like there's also a side.
If you're a spitter, you should still wear a mask.
Yeah,
society.
I feel like there's a side where it's just kind of like, yo, I'm just gonna take that risk and just go about my life.
Bro, if I could, I would. Like, if stores would still serve me and I wouldn't be like looked at as a menace, I would definitely not be masked up.
Yeah, I get the only concern is just spreading it. It's not about people that can fight it. It's just spreading it to the people that can't.
Breathe that air raw.
It is suffocating as hell. Like,
yo, I be heating up.
I see people going on runs with a mask on, and I'm like,
I mean,
you're
for training purposes.
I've seen people do, but those are like professional masks meant to expand your lungs.
I've seen some people do that,
but not like pandemic masks. You know what I mean? I've seen people with pandemic, like straight cotton cloth over the mouth while you're running.
That. I'm not doing that. I just bought some running shoes because I was at the Nike outlet.
I saw.
Yeah, 2 hour wait.
I saw.
2 hour wait for that.
For what? Like, because of the amount of people going in?
They're only limiting to like 30 people at a time. So like every time two would come in,
Nike stores would be packed.
All the stores were doing that too. Even Polo.
That's good.
Where like they had like two come out, and then they yeah, it was just a deal. Like they were back ordered, haven't been down. We're trying to liquidate everything. So it was a good deal. Like I got some. I mean, I probably spent like $150, but all I got was like some shoes and some shorts. Mm-hmm. Whereas like my boy, he came out with some shoes and like spent like $200, but came out with like 2 bags full, like big bags.
Yeah,
like just winter clothes that were just dumb low.
Nice.
And like I don't think I'll do that again. I promise you that. I will not wait in that line again.
You didn't know? Like you didn't know when you pulled up?
Well, I heard some people told me for them it didn't go that long. Like some people were just in and out, and that's what got me more mad because some people actually went in that store and came out with nothing.
Oh shit!
It's like, bitch, you was in this line for an hour and didn't come out with nothing. Like,
you wasted my time and yours.
Yours, yeah. Like I would have sold my spot for $50. I really would have. Like, yo, if someone would have came, like, yo, I'll buy your spot for $50. I'm like, I'm out. I'll come back another day.
Yeah. I'm going online.
All right, yeah. With this $50, I'm buying my shit online. I already got free shipping. Like, look at Bobby. All right, so I just want to touch base with. We just want to touch base with all our listeners of the Almanac Podcast. We want to say,
our lovely listeners,
our lovely.
Yeah, talk them up, pick them up.
You hype them up, right? You's a bad bitch, bro. Like, you's a bad bitch.
You a thought.
You a thought.
Talk to me nice.
We just want to let y'all know, we're remorseful that we haven't been able to keep delivering episodes as frequently as we had planned initially from the start of the podcast. The whole COVID-19 definitely laid in effect, and just, working schedules and side projects we've been working on, but we're also happy to announce that we'll be moving into a different studio space.
That's not my bedroom.
For our operation.
For the people that don't know.
For our operation.
This is live from my bedroom.
And local videographers in the Lancaster, PA area, start
video podcasting.
Yeah, video podcasting, just so, we can bring that same Almanac spice that you guys have learned to
so you can see
learn
my
to love and
face.
enjoy, right? Yeah. Really get the feel, the vibes of what's going on while we're operating in here.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
get a visual vibe.
Yeah, so if you guys know anybody, feel free to, contact us at
Hit
the
us
Almanac Podcast.
You know where to find us.
And we're going to call it a wrap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
I think, yeah. Yes.
We're gonna wrap it up right now.
We wrap it up.
We're gonna slow something.
Nah. I think we should just be out.
Alright, I'm gonna wrap this joint up. So yeah, we want to thank y'all for tuning in today to the Almanac Podcast. It's your boy Alex and your boy Eddie.
Yo.
Just remember, you guys can catch us on YouTube, Apple Music. We're gonna try our hardest, to bring you guys back this excellence, this bedroom greatness. Pause.
Pause. Damn. Whoa. Yeah, we're done.